I'm Turk Strongman at TONEFREAK Bass Experience. So this is a bass improvisation channel. So where's my bass? That's weird, right? I'm gonna make a video here, but I don't have a bass. What kind of crap is that, right? Oh, okay. I'll get my bass. Oh! I'm getting old, All right, so I have two. I only have two basses. I've had other ones, but I didn't like them. So, here's my famous, what year is it? 1986 or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
No, that's the Ibanez. I don't know. 90-something.
1995.
1995, Olympic Orion. California, walnut, faceplate, maple layer, and mahogany body. All right. Olympic. Yeah. Excuse me. 5-stringer. Badass motherfucker. But I'm not going to play it. I'm going to talk about playing. So, this is a TONEFREAK bass experience, Turk Strongman point of view for you. I want to make you think about something if you play the bass. Or if you just appreciate the bass. You like it. It makes your body go. Gets you dancing. Okay, here's what I'm getting at. Excuse me. I'm going to smoke some tobacco and chew gum and talk all at the same time. Can I do that? Yeah. I'm 67 years old. I still don't know how to smoke. All right. About playing the bass. It's not good form to speak negatively about other people who play music, or especially the same instrument that I do. I don't mean to do that here. But I kind of have to say what I want to say. Well, I'm not going to refer to anybody specific. I don't even know how to say this. So I just kind of have to go into it from whatever comes out first and then, build a picture here. So I'm just going to blurt out something to get going. Okay, YouTube. Have you heard of YouTube? The hell? All right, different colors. Rainbow beard. I look in YouTube, I look up, I improvise when I play, so I'll look up bass improvisation. Maybe street musician, improv bass, something like that. Now, that's a different thing to look up than like bass demos, like here's what this kind of bass sounds like, here's what that kind of bass sounds like. Or, like here's some famous bass player isolating his bass line. Now listen to how great it is. Okay, so just narrow down the search to bass improv, okay? Not as much of that as all the rest. A lot of people don't improvise very well. And that's okay. Well, let's just say we're just going to look for that. Here's what I find. I'll find, handful of videos, and then I'll listen to some. A couple things. The results lead to just 2 or 3 generalizations or main things that you're going to find. One, you're going to find people who improvise slap bass. I don't like it myself. I think it sounds awful. But there is that, okay? Find that. Interestingly, though, no matter how skilled the bassist is in the piece, or whichever one comes up, slap bass, slap improv. Okay. No matter how good the person is at improvisation or slapping, slap my bass, slap it on the ass. No matter what. In a sense, every slap bassist sounds like I could hear if I have 1,000 slap bassists improvising, right? Different videos, 2 minutes each, and go through all of them. Chances are, about 995 out of the 1,000, they're all going to sound the same. Some will be better at it, They're going to play different stuff, yeah, but it's the same thing over and over. Like, there's how to slap bass, right? And when you slap bass, this is how you do it, and this is how it should sound. And it's like a formula. And everybody follows. So the only difference between one slap bassist and another is, how fast they are, how much music theory they know, and how well they can pull it off. Well, it's pretty much the same thing all the time, every time. Another thing is, another major result is it seems like bassists improvising or not, but this is especially poignant and germane with improvising. It seems to me that the general view, or the prevailing view of playing a bass is to play songs or sequences of notes maybe some delay added, maybe a little grunge added, maybe a little distortion, But it's the same thing over and over with everybody. Like, there's one way to play the bass, and it's to do this. It's the same method. And it's really disappointing to me when it's cover songs they're playing. They're playing somebody else's stuff. And the more they can sound like that one, the original, the better bass player they are. That's disappointing to me. That's really disappointing there, the cover stuff. I don't see anything in it, so you can sound like somebody else. But even if it's not cover, doing cover bass lines, it still all sounds the same to me. There's nothing really original going on there. It's thumping out notes, as though that's all you can do with the thing. And the object is to be able to do that really fast, or do it like some famous person does. That's it. That's the end of it. To sound like everybody else. And for God's sakes, if you're one of those bass players who can neck hand, right? Fretboard hand, striking hand, finger, string striking hand. Right? And here's where the neck starts. Right? Here's down here in front of the pickups. Well, if you're one of those bass players who can play along, right, and then right in the middle of it all, switch up, just keep on going seamlessly. Move this hand up onto the neck area and tap the strings just like that, and it still goes on, like still playing the thing, right? But you're just going, and you can do that. Well, then you must be a really fucking good, right? Because you can do that. So then you're up there with, you rank now with the other people who can do that. None of that impresses me at all. It doesn't. There are some people that are very good at all of that. Well, that takes a lot of work. I understand that. But did you know that you can do more than that with a bass? There's a hell of a lot more you can get out of that thing. You don't have to sound like that. Any of that. You can do something completely different. You want some examples? They're here on my channel. Now, I saw, some guy who's an older guy like me. Well, he's in some band that's like, it's called Witch Coven or something like that. It's goth. Now, this guy plays with Rickenbacker, and at least in the video I saw, it's just casual. He's sitting at home, or in his studio. He's using an orange amp, the brand. He's plugged into an orange, and he's playing it on a nice old Rickenbacker. Good sound, pretty good. And he's playing the bass for one of their songs, his band's songs. So he knows what he's playing. He's practiced it a lot, so it's going to sound good. It's his bass line. He's been playing it a lot, probably hundreds of times. So, yeah, it's going to sound pretty good. He's going to be able to do that. But there wasn't anything unique about it. Nothing. Except for one thing. He got out a little stick. Looked like a lacquered chopstick. And he's sliding it. Playing with that. Using. And he has delay on. Delay. And he's playing some high notes. It kind of sounded like Humpback Whales. And this works into one of their songs. The band's song. That was part of what he was doing. And then he got out. He calls it, no, he didn't call it this. The comments under the video. People were blown away. The comments. People were just in awe at this guy. My God, did you hear what sounds he's making with that whale stick? Like, that was way off. That's cutting edge, man. That's outside the box playing. Oh my God, that's like, he can use a little stick and do that? Whoa! Oh my God, this guy. Holy shit. One comment said, that just blew me away. I'd love to smoke a joint and have a chat with that guy. Oh my God. I mean, that's even more extreme. That's over the top, That puts him above even the people who can do this and play. Oh my God! I never saw that before. That's the kind of comments. This guy is awesome. But there's nothing to it. But it is different. It's a bit of thinking outside the box. Yeah, it's not like everybody else. It's one of the things you can do that you don't see done much. But there's no special talent involved. There's some creative thinking involved. That's it. Excuse me. Well, there's a hell of a lot more than that. You'll find some here on my channel. I don't want to sound like anybody else. Nobody. I don't want to sound like anybody else. I don't want to sound like John Paul Jones. I don't want to sound like Noel Redding. He was a bass player, right? Jimi Hendrix experience. I don't want to sound like John Entwistle. No. As far as I'm concerned, all of those three I named, and anybody else you want to throw in there, they're all just different skill levels and different varieties of doing the same thing as each other. Why do you want to devote your life? Why should I want to devote my life to learn to sound like and play this narrow-minded view of what it means to play the bass and see if I can be as good at it as other people? In my opinion, that's just stupid. That's just copycatting copycats who copycat from other copycats. Who said? Where's the rule? Show me the rule that says that's how you have to do things when you have a bass in your hand and you make sound with it. Where's that rule? Show me the rule. My opinion about myself playing the bass is that, let's say there are 100 million bass players, all sounding pretty much like they're doing the same thing. Do I want to be 100 million and one now? What would be the point? Huh? If I did that and got really good at it, and somebody said, man, you are fucking awesome, I would say, shut up. Just shut up. I'm just doing what everybody else does. When you move into a new place to live, and you go to a housing development, rows of houses that all look the same. Little variations inside. Inside, you know, he's duplex or condo. Same basic floor plan over and over, though. The only differences that are really going to happen are, you know, I put certain stuff into mine, and the guy next door puts different stuff in his. I don't know how people who live in these gigantic housing developments, winding roads, you know, and like block after block of this stuff, can find their own house. I don't know how, because they all look the fucking same. I wouldn't want to live in a place like that. No. I feel just like another homeowner in the crowd. And the same with playing the bass. No. I don't see any merit in it at all. Unless it's going to make you money. But I don't play the bass to make money, so. I have played in bands, playing original music, right? Sure. So it's in large the same old shit again, over and over. Well, people want to hear songs. Okay, fine. But is that all you can do on the bass? Is that it? That's it? That's it? People have this idea of what it means to play the bass. And other people have this idea of what's good. What makes a person who does that better than another. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to really get my heart on listening to any of it unless I'm listening to somebody playing the bass who's different and is good at it. I don't think I'm really good at it. Other people think I am. And because of the way I go about it, even if I'm playing what I would call like, oh, that didn't come out very well. Improvising, you know, oh, that didn't come out very well. My wife or anybody visiting me or listening to a recording that I've done that I consider worthwhile, nobody has ever said, well, that kind of sucked. You're not very good, are you? Nobody has ever done that. No. I've had people tell me that I'm the best bass player they've ever heard. like I'm the best. I disagree. Because I could be a lot better at doing what I do. And there have been times in my life when I have been better than I currently am. But I plan to change that. I go for a year or two without playing at all. Then I kind of have to start all over. But in short time, once I get my licks back, once I break through the damn blisters and all of that, and put in maybe 4, 5, 6 hours every day, like maybe 6 days a week, in a couple of months, I find that I have moved beyond where I had left off a year ago. And I'm better at doing what I do. Or if I had some objective, I want to progress, like a year ago, I kind of stopped because I wasn't moving forward. I wasn't getting any better. Or I had ideas, things I want to be able to do with my bass. I couldn't do it. I give up for a while. I just stop. And once I get, back in the groove, I was suddenly doing what I wanted to do a year ago and just could not arrive. So now I'm better, right? But I'm always experimenting. I want to do something different. I want to create a certain sound, and I want to create a certain atmosphere. I want to create a certain psychological effect. I want to create mental imagery. What I'm feeling, what I'm perceiving, what I'm intuiting, what mental imagery I'm having. I want to make anybody listening to it have the same thing. That's one goal I have. It doesn't have anything to do with sounding like somebody else. That's not part of it. How well can I do that? No matter what I'm doing with the bass. Whale stick or bottle of cologne on the strings. Drumsticks on them. That's my point of view. You want examples? Samples? Listen to some of the stuff on my channel. Very interesting to me, though, is that on my channel, almost nobody comments. Nobody says, wow, that's pretty interesting. Or, damn, you did that really well. Or, I never heard anything like that. I didn't know you could do that. Nobody ever. I know that a lot of the material here in my channel is worthy of such comment. The main reason for this is very similar to bassists who think there's just one main way to play the bass, one objective, one result. And it's just variations of that, different colors of that. People listening have a similar notion. If it's not run of the mill, well, no comment. What do you say? How do you comment on that? On something else? What do you say? There's no famous bassist to compare it with. So how do you say it? How do you know if it's good? This is disappointing in people, man. I think it's disgusting. It doesn't say much for humanity, does it? the company who handcrafts Olympic bases in Santa Rosa, California. Mr. Wickersham, who founded the whole thing, and now his daughter Micah is the general manager. The whole idea behind the name Olympic, everything, is the transformation through sound. It's kind of like an acoustic alchemy thing that they have in mind. And they put a lot of work into those bases. And they're beautiful. Mine is one of their low-end bases. Still pretty damn expensive. It's the best sounding Olympic I've ever heard. It's the best sounding bass I've ever heard. Well, that's besides the point. I think that maybe in private, if I were to ask Micah her opinion about the playing of almost all the people they've sold Olympics to, their basses to, I think she might agree. I wish they'd do more with our basses, because our basses will do anything you want. We're making a fine instrument here, and people just thump around on notes, and that's it. Or slap. Which, again, in my opinion, is a very obnoxious noise. So here, this isn't the point of the video, but it is an afterthought now that I was about ready to say that's it. So here's an afterthought. If you do check out my improvisational material here, that's all I do. That's all that I have uploaded here of my own. When you hear something that sounds interesting, or you hear something that's very different, and you think, I actually did it, pulled it off, if it worked for you, or it just intrigued you, why don't you say something nice about it in a comment? Huh? I'd like that. Huh? I'm thinking outside of the box. What about you? When you're listening, can you think outside of the box? Huh? Are you even capable of understanding the idea of thinking outside of the box as a listener? I don't think many people can do it. I don't think many people can just take that passive outside of the box thing and do it. You know, that's like listening. And go outside of the box with the bass playing. Can you do it? Try it out. You don't have to go to any other channel to try it out. This is where to do it. TONEFREAK bass experience. I want you to experience it, okay? At least once in your life. And you can do that right here. And let me know. Now I'm done. I'm Turk Strawman and TONEFREAK bass experience. Have a fucking good day or something.